Mackie, come here. Hello and welcome to the very first Ron's House episode.
Same Ron's house.
Of Lexx Education. What's that coming over the hill? Is it a Ronster? Did you just hear that crazy ding noise?
There's so many noises happening.
Did you pour the water on the tea?
Yeah.
Okay, let's not forget that after this intro we'll make the tea.
Yeah.
Least professional beginning ever since we became professional podcasters.
Since we became professional podcasters, yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to Chemistry Results Day. Ron, we're in your new house.
We're in my new house, recording podcast, professional podcast.
You've got flowers?
Yeah, in a watering can.
Yeah, cute. Very Bristol.
Very Bristol.
We went to a mad thing today.
Yeah, that was fucking mental.
We went to a thing called Waking the Tiger today.
Wake the Tiger.
Wake the Tiger. This is not an ad for it.
Certainly not.
Well, I wouldn't tell people... I like where you've put that plant, actually. I think that looks good there. I wouldn't tell people not to go.
No, but I wouldn't tell everyone to go.
No. So it's like an immersive
art
installation sort of walk through, sort of like an escape from you're not trying to escape from.
We're professional.
So we're in Ron's kitchen and we have the choice of either having the dog scratching at the door to come in or the dog ratting about on the lino trying to get to her gum.
Her horrible little crab claws sound awful on this floor.
So I'm trying to keep her on a bag for life, but her
Put her in the bag, like a Paris Hilton dog.
She'll get really cross and sad if I put her in the bag. See?
You stop nonsing yourself.
Come and sit back on my lap, come on.
You want to be on my lap?
No, she looked at you then like, ugh, ugh. Oh, she's retching, Ron.
Yeah, but that's part of the course.
Anyway, so we went to that today. I really liked it, especially all the fungus rooms.
It was so vibes-based.
It was
I was
really
trying to explain it to
vibes-based.
girlfriend of the podcast, Judith, and she was like, do you interact with it? And I was like, some of it. Other
of it,
bits,
yeah.
you just exist in the space.
Yeah, and then there was like a slide, and some of it was like we're mad professors, and some of it was like we're in underground tunnels.
What I found really odd about it is that you didn't want to just bruise through, because then
No.
you'd feel like you weren't making the most. But if you did look too closely at anything, it was dog shit. So,
Mackie, stay still. Mackie, come here. Right, sit down, please. Sit.
yeah, if you looked too closely at anything, it was a bit rubbish. So you also couldn't spend ages taking
No.
everything in.
Like that bit where there were just loads of half rocking horses stuck to the wall. What
Yeah, that was weird.
Bit?
There was one bit, there was loads of like washing machine doors, and then if you looked in them, there'd be just like some googly eyes and some silky fabric.
Yeah.
And from a distance, from a distance, it really did kind of work. But when you got up close and you were just looking at the googly eyes behind the washing machine door, it did not work.
Yeah.
There was so much lore that they never really explained.
I don't know, even if they had explained it, I don't know if I'd have read it. It was sort of like, you know, when you had to do like devised drama pieces at school.
It all felt very GCSE.
You knew all of the backstory for what you presented with some flailing about. It felt like this had a lot of that.
I feel like it needed some failing actors strolling around, kind of bringing the world to life.
I don't think it felt GCSE. I think it felt degree level. Like there was a whole train.
It was
You could walk through a vending machine.
Yeah, that's true.
There was like 3D printed eggs that you could go in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this dog is absolutely Maggie, you have to stop being...
I'm going to take a picture of this. We're professional podcasters.
I just don't think any other podcasters have to suspend a dog in their lap to achieve optimal recording.
She
Maggie.
looks proper pathetic.
Oh, we both do.
Yeah.
So Ron, chemistry results today.
Well, let's not talk too much. I think let's talk about that afterwards.
Mackie, stop.
Be professional. Well, to be fair, we said we'd be professional for A-level, so we're ramping up to professionalism.
That's true, and Mackie is the one that needs to do most of the work.
Yeah, she's
You've got a long way to go, little dog. a long way to go. Okay, so should we just let them listen to chemistry results?
Yeah, then we can talk
and then
about
we'll
it.
chat afterwards. Okay, yeah, cool. Oh my god, she's lying down.
Welcome, Laura.
Hello, Ron.
Welcome.
It's our first Not Same Room episode in a while.
Yeah, we're not busy buds in the same room anymore.
No, you've had a little hair shave, haven't you?
No.
No?
Not since I saw you days ago.
Oh, it looks like you've had a little haircut on the sides over the weekend, but...
No, over the weekend before.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. And since I've last seen you, had a drive with your husband.
Yeah, how was that?
Won't be doing that again.
No, how come?
It was so nice when there were only 3 of the noise boys, because we all had a seat and lots of fun.
Yeah.
When there's all of them, it's too cramped for that many boys.
Yeah.
And it didn't save me any time, but it did save me a bit of money. I don't want to sound ungrateful, and I did have a nice time, but it was cramped.
Yeah. Yeah, that's two man adult human butts in a row in the back.
Yeah, and also they have a rule where if it's your guest, you have to sit in the back. So then Tom was in the back, and he's a huge man.
He's got the biggest butt.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It was butt sweat city, swampy.
But you got to be pressed up against Tom for 4 hours. Jealous.
But then also pressed against Robin. Gross.
And Robin is the worst one. If you don't know the work of the Noise Next Door, I urge you to seek them out now. You'll know which one's Robin instantly. He's the worst one. Got him.
Yep, I saw them perform in Bristol. It was lovely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tom's really funny, isn't he?
He's a funny lad.
And
yeah,
handsome.
he lost the game at the end, which apparently he's only lost one other time on the tour.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the tour yet.
It's good. It's a good tour.
You said it was the best you've seen them in a while.
I think it's the best, just like sort of vanilla improv I've seen them. Yeah.
What do you mean vanilla improv you've seen them?
Like not like a lock in, with guests or just like them doing improv.
Just boys being boys.
Just boys being boys.
Boys. Boys.
Boy Shack, it's a little place.
We can get together, Wonder Boys. That was Wonderwall, but I forgot the tune.
After you said that, I was going to do it.
You're my Wonder Boys. That's what it should have been. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
Well, now I'm stuck in
the boys are back in town.
Well, I'm stuck in a Britpop route.
Oh.
So then I was going to... That's the day we caught the boys.
Yes.
Oh, boys.
Boys, dab and dee dab and die.
Boys.
Say la boys. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, come on, boys. Oh, your things are so clean in this moment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, what just squeaked?
I've got uppy downy
Oh, it sounds like a dog toy.
arms. Laura, we're marking chemistry today.
Yep.
Your chemistry foundation exam. Maybe turn down slightly. It sounds a little peaky.
Picky.
That sounds better. How do you think you did on this one?
Picky.
So we know that you got... Let me just double check. I think you got 70...
You can't keep turning away from the microphone like that, Ron.
But this is where my screen is. What if I come round?
Which screen are you going to be looking at the most?
Well, I've got multiple screens.
Well, that's not helpful for your podcasting.
Well, I've got marks, paper, and your answers all up on... I thought this was going to be so fucking slick because, like, last time it was really difficult, so I had to swap between pages. Now I've got everything.
Okay.
What if I go like this? Is that good?
It's lovely.
Lovely. Yeah, so you got...
I don't think I did as well in chemistry as I did in biology.
You got 73 in biology. Where would you where do you reckon you got?
I think 60 for chemistry.
You think 60? Okay, so we don't know what that would be, and quite frankly, even if we had the graph up in front of us,
we did try our best to work it out. Maybe somebody here's the science teacher and knows and can tell us.
Yeah, if you work in the GCSE factory, could you help us interpret these grades, please?
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
We don't know anything at all because we're one moment from boys.
It's good. The boys are back in boys.
Dancing on the boys.
What a boy. Dancing on the boys. Who's this for?
It's for us, and we don't listen to it because we're so sick of it by the time it goes out.
We're back up to a good lag time now, so I might start listening to it again.
Oh.
Right, Laura, we started off talking about a classic topic in Lexx Education.
Lexx Legend. Boys' education.
There's a Daddy Longlegs there.
Oh. Daddy Long Boys.
It's Boy Longlegs.
Do you know what the worst one is? Daddy Boy Legs. I'm Daddy Boy's Legs.
So we started off classic Lexx Ed topic, talking about atoms and the things that make them up. You were asked which particle has no electrical charge. You said neutron. It was a neutron. Marks. You said you were asked which particles have the same relative mass, and you correctly said neutron and proton.
Yes,
now,
yes.
I was very proud. Well, not proud. I'm not going to take that much credit for it. It was nice to see when we were going through this, because this isn't a bit that came naturally to you. So I think this is a sign. This is an area where you knuckled down and you just fucking learnt a thing.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
It got hammered in. After the 18th argument about it, it finally settled somewhere in the pit of ideas at the bottom of my brain.
Then it was about working out how many atoms were in a compound. Again, you got it right, Laura. It was great.
Atoms are always never boys.
Boys are never alone.
Who let the boys out? Boys.
Who let the dogs boy?
So silly.
Yeah, it's a fun game, though.
Twinkle, twinkle, little boys.
No, you need to start injecting your boys more sporadically.
I thought that was really creepy, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Boys.
No, but what if it was Twinkle, Boy, Little Star?
I think it has to be multiple boys.
Oh. Twinkle, twinkle, boy, star.
Exactly, that's better. Yeah.
I can't do this one. There's a star man waiting in the boys. Then, Laura, you had to work out which element Z was from, and it has 3 electrons, 4 neutrons, and 3 protons. You correctly identified it as lithium.
Yes.
And everything was going flippity-jibs for you.
Yes.
So far in this question. The next one is one you had to draw. Do you have your drawings with you?
With the boys out, it's less dangerous. No, I've lost that piece of paper. Can you take a picture of it for prosperity?
No. And I've just written down 3 marks.
Well, I must have got it right then.
Well, you got 3 out of 4.
Oh. I wonder, shall I go and look for that piece of paper? Hang on, maybe it's over here.
But I think the problem was that you put all of the electrons on the same shell.
Oh, no. Sounds like me. I like to keep things tidy.
I think that was the ish.
No, I think that piece of paper must be upstairs, Ron. And I'm not going to poke the sleeping baby bear by going to have a look.
Well, yeah, I think what happened was
we can only be professional in one way. We can either be not eating, or we can have all the stuff we're supposed to have.
Laura, we haven't launched our professional rebrand yet.
No, but we have stopped eating.
Yeah. I think that's bare fucking mince.
That episode went out today, though, and no one's mentioned the pistachios, so maybe people just like it.
Because we don't have any listeners left.
I think people do just listen now, just heads down, do their bingo, and as soon as they've got a full house, they switch it off.
Yeah, it's become just kind of, not a chore, but just a task.
Yeah.
Listen, get it done. Give them their sprinkling of hellos. Off you go. So yeah, I think so. Laura, the problem that we had there was, so you correctly put all of the neutrons and protons in the nucleus, and then you did put 3 electrons in the shells, but they weren't arranged with 2 on the inner buoy and then 1 on the outer buoy.
Do you know what else I might have done, Ron? Is I might have put the protons outside the nucleus.
No, I don't think that is what you did.
Oh, great. Well done, me.
But again, I'm not sure. So 8 out of 9 for question 1, Laura.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, but at this stage in biology, you were not losing these marks.
No, but this was night 2. The madness was setting in. I think these are the episodes where we start, like, chocolating up biscuits and eating them as sandwiches.
Babes.
I think we did.
It's very possible. All right, next up, Laura, we start talking about acids, okay?
Oh, no, not buttids.
You had to identify the ion always produced in aqueous solution with acid and alkali. Now, I seem to remember you didn't have any idea when you started looking. I think this was one of those ones where I was just sort of swimming in a big swimming pool and the sides were too far away and the sides had some knowledge on. Can you share your screen so I can see the paper just to make it easier to remember? We'd have to change how we're doing this.
Oh.
Because you were on my phone.
So that's a no then.
Yeah, so why don't you just get it up as well? Hang on, shall I send you the paper?
Why don't you get it up?
Annie, are you boys? Are you
Here
boys?
comes
are you
the boys.
Annie? Don't sing over my one.
Sorry, what was your one?
Annie, are you boys? Are you boys? Are you boys, Annie? Pretty good.
It's very good. I liked it.
There you go, there's the paper.
Okay, let's find this ions business. Oh yeah, Cl minus and H plus and Na plus and OH minus and Sophatuha. Yeah, I didn't have a clue.
But you know what, Laura?
Did I get them right, Ron?
You did. You did. So, I think you used the right logic. I might be giving you too much credit there, but you see how H plus and OH minus together make a water? Mm-hmm. That's kind of the thing about acid, is it's kind of like the yin and yang of water.
Oh.
Except both evil.
Yes, no idea. Goodbye.
So yeah, because water's. Do you remember we've talked about this? Water's always breaking apart and reforming.
Yep.
And acid's
and yet
just
I'm supposed to drink it willy-nilly.
You Willy. After that, you correctly identified.
Oh my God, did I tell you yesterday? Did I tell you, like, Child of the Podcast has a little boy friend, male friend, and he was having his nappy changed, and so obviously she pointed at his penis and asked what it was, and then, so we told her, and then she was calling it a peanut. Were you there for this?
No.
And then she was like, oh, I have a penis. And we were saying, no, you don't. You have a vagina. And she said, Mummy has a penis. I said, no, I have a vagina. Daddy has a penis. I said, yes, Daddy does have a penis. And then she just walked over to him and went, I want to check. And then I was on the bus with her yesterday, and she was just pointing to everybody and going, does he have a peanut? Does he have a peanut? And luckily, she says peanut instead of penis. But for me, who knew what was happening, it was very good. It was a good bit, Child of the Podcast. Well done.
Laura, everybody knows what she was saying on that bus, guaranteed. Oh, why don't I move you over there, and then I can see you while I'm podcasting. Great.
We're slicker than a boy with a thing on his eye.
Look, becoming a professional podcast doesn't happen overnight.
And we've got like 7 more weeks before we have to do it.
Yeah, and I think there have been remarkable improvements already.
I'm wearing a tie.
I'm wearing 2.
People aren't even going to recognise the podcast come A-level.
No, we're disgusting nerds and we love it.
We should have slick podcasting nicknames. I'll be Mikey Microphone. You be Henry Headphones.
No, you will be Michael Microphone.
Let's get a producer in that can, like, tell us to move along and give us information that we need.
Yeah, which maybe we should start getting younger sister of the podcast to just kind of sit on these calls.
She'll just argue with us, though. She will just be a big spanner in the works, not help.
If we upset her, she'll sulk and be quiet.
But then I don't think the podcast will be the professional podcast we're trying to turn it into. I think it will be us trying to get Meg to leave the call.
But what if we upset her before the call?
Then she won't join. She'll say, oh, I live in the wild and my internet's gone away.
Yeah, that's
See, now
true.
she's upset already and we haven't even asked her to do it. She's listening to this with such a sulk on her face. Ooh.
We could invite older sister of the podcast and she just wouldn't want to say anything anyway.
But then what was she there for?
She's the producer and we
just reference a person sitting silently in the room. We could do that with somebody that's not actually here.
Yeah, what do
this is
producers do?
Jenny.
What do producers do?
They edit it for them, Ron, and they do all the research and they check the levels.
Yeah.
Cut out background noise. And
we don't know anyone that could do any of that shit.
No, I do it all.
Yeah, I edit slightly less than half the episodes.
And slightly less than half of the episodes you do edit too. Oh, I forgot I was editing it for a while, so there's 40 minutes in the middle that's just as it was.
Well, sometimes I just listen to it like it's a podcast, and then when there's a bit that jumps out at me as, like, bad, then I edit that.
Yeah.
Is that not how you do it?
Yeah, that's pretty much how I do it too. I just think I have a, like, lower bar for silences.
I find the silences to be funny. You've got a higher bar for bodily gross, and I've got a higher bar for silences.
Yeah, I don't think you could have edited that pistachio episode.
No, I wouldn't have. Maybe not. Anyway, we're only on question 2.
We need to hurry this along.
We do. Quite frankly, we do. You correctly identified that a solution of pH 11 would be alkaline.
Yes.
And then you started randomly guessing bits of equipment that you would need to do an experiment that they proposed involving hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide by titration.
Well, your tone suggests to me that this doesn't get 100%.
No, but you know what? You only guessed one of them wrong, because you said beaker for the first bit. That's wrong. Pipette.
How's that wrong?
Well, what's a beaker going to do for you?
Measure. They got measurements up the side.
But it's not very accurate, is it?
Oh, get a fucking accurate beaker then.
No. That's a pipette. And then...
So that was a type of duck.
I'm gonna sneeze, but it's taking a while. then I think savvily you that's savvily, not like Savile.
Savaloy.
Not
Oi,
like
oi.
Jim, not as Jimmy Savile would. You picked Burette off the next list, I think because it was the one you hadn't heard of.
Yeah.
Which was smart, and you did get ding the mark for that. Then we moved on to a topic that you've been strong on so far in the exams, which is like rinsing other people's experiments.
Yeah.
You are dog shit at devising your own, but
Listen,
when it comes...
I'm a manager. I'm not one of the worker bees down in the lab grouping stuff. I'm taking your data and turning it into a cure.
I don't think you understand bees.
If bees were scientists.
I still don't think you understand bees, but that's not my point. You correctly identified that trial 3 was fucked.
Yeah, it's got a really different number to all the other ones.
And then, now, at the time, I thought what you said was okay. 2.6 suggests one reason for the anomalous result in Table 1. Now, and I have 2 points to make on this. You put down over measurement of the sodium hydroxide solution. Mm-hmm. That's very weird phrasing.
Well, you've over-measured.
But that makes it sound like you've measured it too many times.
No, you put too much measurement in, too much stuff.
But that's not over-measuring.
Yeah, it is.
That's
like
that's overpouring.
An overmeasure.
Yeah, it's overpour. It's not over-measuring. Now, the other thing that's weird about this, so the answers, any one from hydrochloric acid not added drop by drop, did not swirl, did not rinse apparatus after previous trial, did not use a white tile, misread pipette/burette.
So not over-measured then.
Well, this is the thing, and this is something that is a fucking theme throughout you doing exams, is that in extra information, it says, allow measured out too much alkali.
Yes! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, she's a boys.
You get so many marks for the one where it's like, allow in the extra information. But you did get that mark in the end.
The winner takes boys all.
It's good.
Thank you. Mama boys, here I go again.
Boys.
How can I resist, boys?
Super boys. Lights are gonna find you. It's a good game.
Yeah, I like it.
Then you did some maths to work out the mass of sodium hydroxide.
Standard form.
And you got this one right, Laura.
I'm good with the calculator.
Yeah, but you're bad at units, and sometimes you fuck them up, but you didn't this time. And you got 9 out of 10.
Yes. All right, I've only dropped 2 marks so far.
Yeah, again, you hadn't dropped any points by this point in the biology. But you know what? Okay. Then you were asked, right, we're getting back into murky water for you, Laura. We're talking about atoms and ions and things like that.
These do get a bit confused in my boozle.
Yeah, you don't like it. Now, what type of substance is carbon? Element. No problems there.
Knew that.
Then we're talking about what makes an isotope. Isotopes have the same number of protons. Isotopes have a different number of neutrons.
Did I get that the wrong way round?
Yes.
Bugger.
Because you remember protons define the element.
I will never remember that.
If they're all carbon, they've all got the same number of protons.
Carbon 12.
Yeah, so 0 marks for that.
Shit, that's 2 marks as well.
2 marks gone, yeah. Then you had to choose a calculation to calculate the mass of one atom
God, I
of
don't even
carbon.
remember this question.
No, but you got it right. It was the first one. Little bit of standard form there for long-term listeners. And then we came across everyone's favourite carbon structure.
Bucky Ball. Bucky Ball.
And of course, you identified B as the Buckminster
Buckminster Fuller Boys.
Boyminster Fullerene. Then we came on to the structure of graphite, which and you're quite good at molecules. You're bad at atoms and ions and that stuff, but you're pretty good at molecules. So you correctly identified that graphite conducts electricity because there are delocalized electrons in graphite, and that it is soft because there are no covalent bonds between the layers.
Yeah, and they slide about on top of each other.
Hold that thought, Laura. Hold on to that thought. You got 5 out of 7 for that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit more attrition, which means that when I start to eat shit later in the here's a blank page and 6 marks, do your thing, it's going to hit harder.
You are, you're leaking points so far, but we'll see what happens. Right. Then you had to calculate the percentage of, was it lead? The percentage of lead in an alloy. That's just a percentage. You did that very well. That was 3 marks. Then, are you still holding on to that thought, Laura? Mm-hmm. Because then the question is about the properties of alloys and why solder is harder than pure tin. Now, it says in solder the layers are distorted. This is because the atoms of tin and lead have different blank. You correctly said sizes.
Yes. That's good, because then when you read that back to me then, I was thinking, sizes? I hope I said sizes, not like shoes or something.
And then the next bit, though, is therefore the layers cannot easily
slide.
You said break apart.
Oh. That's wrong.
Yes, that is wrong. So you lost a mark there.
Damn.
Then you correctly read it.
Now from graphite to a graph in figure 5.
Graph, all right? No, okay.
What? Graph?
Is it graph, all right? Graphite. Graph, right?
Oh, I see. I didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah. You read.
Do you know who would enjoy this bit? Mum's friend Gra.
Dad's oldest friend Gra.
Yeah. What happens when you fall out with Gra on a holiday? A graphite.
Nice. I thought this was just going to be an anecdote.
No, I don't think they fell out.
Well, they definitely did. No, actually, they like their friends. They just don't like us.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, you correctly read 183 off the graph and then interpreted another figure on it. I do worry these graph bits aren't great for the listener, so we're just going to
we'll just blaze through this.
Yeah, and then you correctly identified that when atoms in something melt, they gain energy and become less ordered.
Yeah, like me eating chocolate.
Bloody fucking 9 out of 10 for that one, Laura, as well.
Listen, we're up to question 5 already, and I'm maintaining a pretty good level.
Why would you say that? Because the next question was which type of particle is often referred to as dust.
No, I did go back and forth on this one a lot.
Yeah, like a dusty fucking seesaw.
This one was a tricksy one.
And what do you think? What would you put now if you could?
I don't remember which one I ended up landing on. I know I was going between coarse and fine, which probably means the answer is nano because it's the one that I just discarded instantly. I'm gonna say coarse.
And if you'd said that in your exam, you'd have gotten a mark. But you didn't.
Damn it!
You correctly worked out the size difference between a coarse and fine particle, and it's 20 times bigger.
Yep.
And then you correctly calculated a ratio.
Oh, I know all about ratioing. I'm on Twitter.
Yeah, bye. Now, then...
Sweets for my boys, sugar for my boys.
Hang on, I've lost where we are. 3.4. Yeah, so then you were asked... Then you were asked... Yeah, then you were asked which advantage of using nanoparticles of titanium oxide. What is the rather than normal size particles of titanium oxide in sun creams?
And this was one of your helps because I misunderstood the question.
Yeah.
So you helped me, and we chose a smaller mass of nanoparticles as needed to be effective.
It's not what I've got written down.
Yeah.
It's not what I've got written down.
That's what we went for. We had a big set to about this because I just discounted that one and then was arguing between the other ones. And then you were like, read the question again. And I was like, I misunderstood what that answer meant.
It's very plausible, Laura, but it's just not what I've got written down.
But it is what happened. Go back and listen to the tape.
Alright, let's pretend that we've cut it in there. Oh yeah, that is what happened. Alright, you can have them up.
Yes! Because I'm lying through my teeth. No, I definitely said nanoparticles have a lower surface area to volume.
Oh, really?
No, I'm not, Ron. I'm not. I am actually correct in 1,000 ways.
Oh, then you're not... No, Tricos like that, you don't get marks.
No, Ron, you love Tricos, and I got it right.
You can have half a mark.
No, I can have a whole goddamn mark because we argued for about 20
Keep arguing and you get nothing.
minutes.
Keep arguing and you get nothing. Keep arguing
What was
and you get
the
nothing.
point in you making me feel like a piece of shit while we were doing it, going there, why don't you think? Here's the help. Here's your help. If you're not giving me the mark for that, then I'm having an extra help on another one.
All right, I'll give you the mark then because you're not having any help.
I can't get help now anyway. We've done it.
Yeah, we've got it. They've got higher tier coming.
I'm getting help on those.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's higher tier.
Yeah, so I need more helps.
No.
Yes.
No. Anyway, you correctly identified... Well, you balanced the ions in titanium oxide and you got the mark there for 7 out of 8 on this question.
Pretty good. I'm consistent.
The trickle continues. Now...
Ron's pissing himself.
This question is about metals. Mm-hmm. Platinum is used to make jewellery.
Oh, yeah.
Suggest one reason why platinum is used to make jewellery.
And I said, because eggs are delicious.
You said it's very hard and therefore doesn't scratch or wear down easily.
Yeah, is that true? It's very soft.
It's very soft.
Oh.
It's very soft and malleable.
Oh.
Yeah, these things do wear down, Laura.
Yeah, but less than, like, copper.
No.
Oh.
More than copper.
Why do we make jewellery out of them, then?
Because they're very malleable, so you can work them, and they're also rare.
Look, I'm not a jeweller. Why is this on a science exam?
Because
Stupid.
you should have known.
I don't have any platinum jewellery. Look at me.
Yeah, you just you've just got copper jewellery and it's all wearing down really quickly.
That's why
Apparently,
I've got green rings all over my fingers from where it's bouged up my skin.
So the next one was 2 observations that you can see when sodium drops into water. Now, you said
Farty bubbles?
You said bubbles and a flame.
Yeah.
Choose any 2 from bubbles, Mark, moves, floats, melts, disappears.
Also accept Flames.
Allow forms a ball. Allow catches fire.
Yes!
I had to bring in VAR on this one because I wasn't sure if
In the form of Noah?
in the form of Max. I wasn't
He's
sure.
not a scientist. What are you bringing him in for?
He's over the age of 16 and therefore can do this. You know what? Once in
He didn't even invite me to his wedding. He is not a fair adjudicator.
once at college, just for laughs because we were cool and we're taking a break from fingering birds and that, and Max
Everybody, just so you know, is picturing like a sparrow having the worst day of its life.
We got Max to do just like a mock paper for, I think, biology, which was the one science he didn't do. And he got a D, and then it made one of our friends sad because she was doing the subject and she didn't get a D.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did she get?
Don't remember, don't speak to her. Anyway, then you...
So what did he say, yes?
He said yes,
Yes,
because of the
thank you,
wording of
Max.
the question, yeah.
Forgive you for the wedding.
Next, we talked about copper.
Yeah.
You said copper is harder and less reactive than sodium.
I believe that to be true.
And you got the marks for it. Now, next up was the first sort of essay-style question of the paper, and it was one that you were very confident on.
Because of saucepans, Ron.
Yes, so you said... The question was about evaluating pans made of aluminium versus copper, and you had some stats about them. Now, you said copper pans would be more expensive than aluminium pans. Copper pans would also be heavier than aluminium pans. However, copper pans would conduct heat better than aluminium pans. However, this would be outweighed...
It's like a little Dr. Seuss answer, isn't it?
This would be outweighed by how much heavier and expensive they could be. Now, this was out of 4 marks.
And I got 6.
I've given you 2.
Why?
Because you forgot to use table 2 in your answer.
Oh, bloody hell.
So you said copper pans would be more expensive than aluminium pans.
Yeah?
But you didn't talk about how copper costs more per kilogram. And you said that they'd be heavier, but you didn't say copper had a higher density, which is the information in the table. So you didn't use the table.
Well, I did. That's where I got that information from.
No, I'm afraid that's not how it works.
Okay.
So 6 marks out of 9 for that one. Then we did... you correctly identified how sodium ions and chloride ions organise themselves as a big... You sad now?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm sorry, but this is all learning for higher tier. You're not even in foundation. This is just practice Aroonies. And we don't understand what the numbers at the end mean anyway.
It's all for nothing.
And you got 2 marks for organising those ions. Then you were asked, give one reason why molten sodium chloride conducts electricity. You said molten sodium chloride has loose ions that have more energy to move and are not strictly bonded together in a rigid structure, so they can pass electrical current along. Sometimes when you answer these questions, it's like a robot learning to love. It's just very odd phrasing.
But then when I do try to be like loosey-goosey, you're like, you haven't said table 2. You haven't referenced these numbers. So speaking just straightforward format makes it easier to make sure you haven't forgotten the stupid...
Copper pans would be more expensive than aluminium pans. Copper
that's cash.
pans would
Whereas
be...
if I said
That's
copper
cash!
pans are 2.5 times
That's
more
cash.
heavy as referenced in table 2. Fa la 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 la.
You don't fucking know cash, man. Anywho, but I gave you the mark for it.
Don't say it like you're doing me a favour every time. You didn't give it to me. I earned it.
I gave it to you, though.
I earned it. And don't say you gave it to me like that. I did not like that at all.
That was horrid.
You can nut in the background.
Then there was a table about magnesium. Oh, identifying which ions would go to negative electrodes and positive electrodes. You got it right.
That one was quite easy, that one.
Yeah. You identified that the mixture... the electrolyte has a lower melting temperature, and that's why we use it in the extraction of aluminium from aluminium ore. You correctly identified that water is the source of hydrogen and oxygen produced in an electrolysis of aqueous solutions. That's all good. Then you identified that hydrogen is less reactive than sodium, which is why...
I'm killing this.
Yeah, you did well here. Then you were asked... then you had to interpret a graph about the production of hydrogen versus oxygen during electrolysis. And the question was, give one conclusion that can be made about the volume of hydrogen produced compared to the volume of oxygen produced. You said produced at a rate of 2 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is the volume of hydrogen is twice the volume of oxygen.
That is basically what I've written.
I did give it to you, but I just want to say, be more clear.
Fucking what is clearer than saying it's produced at a rate of 2 to 1?
Saying hydrogen is produced at a rate at 2 to 1 to
But
oxygen.
don't talk like a robot.
Didn't say... Well, yeah, but you see how I said it in normal phrasing, whereas what you'd have done is like, 2 hydrogen atoms... there's no way to say that weird. Leave me alone. Oh.
What's happening to you?
Hold your bloody phone.
What?
I said hold the phone.
You tell me off when I'm playing with my phone.
I don't. That would be hypocritical. Interesting.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Well, why have you interrupted us then with nothing?
We move on to the next question. You balanced an equation with lead oxide reacting
Why
with...
does everyone hate Jack Black now?
Because he was in a Minecraft film?
Oh.
Put your phone down now.
I want to know why everybody hates Jack Black.
Because he was in a Minecraft film.
What's wrong with a Minecraft film?
I think it's aimed for children, and people struggle to see that line sometimes.
But Jack Black makes loads of films for children.
Yeah, but then they don't like this one.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. You balanced an equation, 2 iron for every 3 CO2. Well done.
Yes!
Then, the question was, iron oxide is reduced in this reaction. How does the equation show that iron oxide is reduced? You said, due to reduction in iron oxide, there has been an oxidation of the carbon and a reduction of the iron oxide to pure iron reduced.
Well, that doesn't sound like a robot or a human, so how about that, Ron?
No, that sounds like a drunk wizard trying to stop someone from entering a path.
I assume it was correct one.
No,
Mark.
you needed to say iron oxide
boys.
loses oxygen to get the mark there. The next one, you were asked to calculate... Yawn.
Mum.
Calculate...
Boys.
Boys.
Bingo.
Calculate the
Hooray.
relative formula mass of iron oxide. Now, I've written down 150 and the answer's 160.
Ah.
So you got that wrong.
Probably it's your handwriting. You can't read it.
Yeah, it's typed.
Tweet. Which font, though? You're very bad at reading Helvetica and
Wingdings.
Ubuntu.
Then you calculated the
You
atom
type everything in
economy.
Comic Sans.
the atom economy. You got that right. Well done, well done. And then you gave, I think, the most common answer, if we were doing the stats that you give when you're answering these. And you gave one observation that would take place during the reaction. You said bubbles. That was correct.
Yes. If in doubt, just write bubbles and walk away.
Yeah, I think you've gotten 3 marks across these exams just for the word bubbles.
It's a bubble economy.
Then you
Good
had
time
to
to be a
put
bubble lover.
4 metals,
Mr. Bubble Lover.
A, B, C, and D, in order of reactivity.
I must have smashed this. I'm very good at reading a table.
You did. Because you have to see who has the most displacement reactions. D sulfate is displacing everybody. A, 2 people. B, 1 person. And C, 3 people. I don't know why I did it in that order.
Oh, plum pudding time. It's plum o'clock.
It is plum pudding time. You were asked to describe the plum pudding model, Laura.
West boys.
You said the electrons...
Oh, I got nothing for that.
I didn't get it.
The song's called West End Boys, so I said West Boys.
That's the Pet Shop Boys. I
Yeah.
don't laugh at Pet Shop Boys.
The Pet Boy Boys.
The Boy Shop Boys. You said the electrons are the plums in the atomic pudding. The atom is a dense object with the negative electrons sitting in the body of atoms surrounded by positive matter.
And I think any marker worth their salt would read that, smile a wry smile at my joy of science, and give me the marks.
And you did get 2 marks.
Did you do the wry smile? Bubbles.
Then you correctly identified the order in which...
Correctly identified.
We don't have time. That electrons were the earliest discovered small atomic particle, then protons, then neutrons.
Neutrons are very shy.
Well, it just makes sense, doesn't it? Because they're neutral, so it's harder
They
to
don't
detect
do anything.
them.
What the fuck is the point of a neutron?
They make isotopes.
Oh.
Anyway. Then...
But you don't really need different isotopes, do you?
You don't understand isotopes enough to say that. Then you identified that tennessine has 7 electrons in its outer shell because it is in group 7. Then the question then turns to scientific method, which is usually a strong point of yours. The question was tennessine was first identified by a small group of scientists in 2010. Suggest one reason why tennessine was not accepted as a new element by other scientists until 2015.
And I felt like one atom being found wouldn't be enough, and they'd need to find more.
Yeah, that's
bubbles.
That's not correct. You did. You said they had to get further evidence. Oh, yawn again. Not correct. The answer was time for a peer review. Other people had to check.
Oh, so it's basically the same fucking thing.
No, that's different, and you know that that's different.
You're getting more evidence.
You calculated the relative atomic mass of element R
If I ever
correctly.
had to do any of my work peer reviewed, I'd do it on a peer. So it was my peer review, you know?
Yeah, with your peers.
Yeah.
We're
all boys on a summer holiday.
And then, so that was 8 out of 9.
I'm staying steady.
You are. Then we're back onto scientific method, Laura. A strong topic for you. The independent variable was the mass of ammonium nitrate. Nice. The dependent variable was the temperature. Nice. 2 points.
This is the one, by the way, guys who are listening. Ron's forgotten there are listeners. This is the one with different masses of ammonium nitrate dissolved in water in a polystyrene cup.
Yes. Then there was loads of graph questions, which we just give you the answer, the marks for. Then we're interpreting a table, which, Laura, you're wicked smart at, right?
Wicked smart.
Explain why the student added plus or minus 0.3 degrees after the mean lowest temperature.
And I smashed it, right?
No.
Oh.
You said all of the test results fell within that bracket.
They did.
The answer was, it is the uncertainty.
Well, what the fuck's that mean? I've never heard of that.
It's the uncertainty because 0.3 is the range about the mean value.
That's what I said.
You didn't talk about the range, and you didn't say the word, it's the uncertainty.
Well, I don't know the phrase, it's the uncertainty. You've never taught me that, so I couldn't have. And secondly, I did. I said they all fell within that.
You didn't say it's the range. That's a
I
mathematical
didn't know I had to use that
term.
specific word because I wasn't being a fucking robot.
I'm sorry.
Well, I think you ate that one because you never taught me any of that.
You wouldn't know if I had. I haven't.
No, you didn't.
I haven't.
And I know you haven't.
You wouldn't know if I had.
I do know.
Then we fell down again on something that you really fucking struggle with. You really can't understand different types of error. This was
Is this the zero error?
No, this is a random error. You thought it was a zero error.
Wonder why.
And you got 8 marks out of 11.
Ugh, okay. Oh no, and now the next page is a big old page with 6 marks. What do we have to do here? Plan a method. Oh no. There's no way I got more than 2 here.
Yeah. This question is about making a soluble salt.
Salt
Plan a
or
method
salts?
to make a pure, dry crystals of zinc chloride from zinc carbonate dilute acid. Sorry, hang on.
Stop laughing.
Hang on. Oh man, I made an Indonesian curry yesterday, and Max wanted to make some sambal, and he got some shrimp paste. Have you ever smelt shrimp paste?
No, is it disgusting?
It smells like rotten pennies. It's horrible. You can still smell it in the walls. It's horrible. Anyway, you said put the zinc carbonate in hydrochloric acid, and then I'm going to get water and zinc chloride. I'm going to heat them up. Boil it until the water goes away. Put zinc carbonate in
Sounding
hydrochloric
good
acid.
so far.
And then I'm going to get water and zinc chloride. I'm going to heat them up. Boil it until water goes away.
Well, I don't sound like a robot there, do I?
No.
I sound like an idiot, but not a robot.
You actually... believe it or not, you got 2 marks for that.
Yes.
Add zinc carbonate to the hydrochloric acid. Mark. Continue in a beaker and stir. Like, this is what you'd have to say to get all 6 marks. Add zinc
I
carbonate.
don't know how to do experiments.
Add zinc carbonate to the hydrochloric acid in a beaker and stir. Continue adding until zinc carbonate is in excess. We missed out that bit. Shown by excess solid, no more effervescence. Filter the reaction mixture to remove the excess zinc carbonate, and then heat the solution. That's where you got another mark, using a water bath or electric heater. I mean, you did say... you said I'm going to heat them up.
Yes.
And then you did say you're going to boil it. And then leave the solution to crystallize. Yeah, so you got 2 out of 6 there.
And 3, because I said heat.
No, that was one of the 2.
Oh. Right.
Then
Bubbles?
you were asked to name 2 other substances that can be reached with reacted with a dilute acid to make zinc chloride. You said zinc manganese and chloroxide.
Was that right?
No, it's 0 fucking marks. Of course it was 0 marks. Zinc manganese is nothing. And chloroxide, where's the zinc coming from?
I don't know. I didn't know that one.
No, you didn't.
That was the worst last question imaginable.
Now, Laura...
I think I've done okay, though.
After listening to that, yeah, what do you reckon? So remember you were on 73 for...
I reckon I've actually done better here, Ron. I think I've got 75.
You've got 76, man.
Whoa! I did better.
Yeah, so another 5 for you, whatever that
Yes.
means.
Whatever the fuck a 5 is, I've got 2 of them.
5s across the board, man.
Yeah, all right. 73 and 75.
76.
I mean, next week the physics begins and it's a big dog toilet, but for right now, I'm on a double winning streak of happy.
Yeah, well done.
Thanks, Ron. Good teaching. That dinner was really sad.
Did not tick the box.
This podcast is not sponsored by Wagamamas.
No, more like Badder Mamas.
And Wagamamas is not sponsored by Flavour.
Although that chicken.
Yeah, well, I quite like my corn dogs.
Yeah.
But not my noodles.
Wagamama Starters, sponsored by Laura Lexx's podcast.
Yeah. Chemistry. Good. Solid.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Better than biology.
Better than biology.
Like a few biffs here and there.
Should we talk about the fact that we did the wrong exams?
Listen, I didn't fully understand the exams or the message about the exams. What happened?
So we did triple science
Syllabus.
but then we did individual science exams. So the content was different.
Is that why there were things in the exam?
It wasn't anything to do with my teaching.
So when we do A-level,
We need to
the
do
separate science syllabus.
But there is no triple science A-level, so that's fine.
Okay.
So
So before
that will
we...
inherently
So do we still
happen.
need to do higher tier then? Because there's going to be loads that I haven't covered.
We don't need to do any of this.
Then I just think, why go out on a humiliation?
Because we've finished GCSE, we need to eke more content out of this.
Is it about eking?
Well, do you want to stop?
No. I mean, sometimes, yeah.
Well, then we've got to eke.
But A-level will take a couple of years. Surely we're going to want to stop in a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, the listeners want to stop.
The listeners do want to stop. On the subject of listeners wanting to stop. Register. We're on the last register.
So if you sign up for the Patreon now, next week you'll get your register.
Yeah.
So do that.
And we'll know that you want the podcast to continue. We had actually a lot of new listeners this week, Ron.
Did we?
Yeah, because I posted on Maine on my Facebook about it.
Why don't you do that all the time?
Well, I share it all from my Facebook and put it in my stories and stuff. You know, every social media post you do, I share it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I sort of did a big one.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
got a few people to start it.
Nice.
And one guy who was like, I really love your stand-up. I hate that podcast. I was like, okay.
God damn it.
Don't worry about it, Eddie.
You should have waited until we were professional.
Yeah, we're down to the last patron. So guys, if you listen and you have the means to be a patron, we've never needed your love more.
I do want to
Cliff
clarify,
edge.
we
Put
don't
this on the
just...
spreadsheet as cliff edge. It's cliff edge begging.
Ultimatum.
Well, it's not ultimatum because we've said we're not going to stop. But we're
Yeah.
just saying...
Right, so this is 121.
Are we recording when people sign up, though? I know we're recording when we beg, but are we then checking who signs up?
There is a
these
column
weeks?
for it,
But you haven't done it.
It says 0 in the first one, and then there's not really any more data. But as we're talking about, we've not got any more patrons, so
We've had some annual ones lately.
maybe.
Or maybe that was just people switching to annual. Maybe just all the people we're going to get are in now. Maybe that's it. And they're just hunkering down with their annuals, but the club is the club.
You know, it's a couple a month. But that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird podcast. Anyway, do you want to thank this person, Ron?
Rum, bum, bum, bum,
already done the music.
Yeah, do it again. Yours was weird.
Okay, you do it.
James Hardacre is the inventor of zinc manganese.
Yay.
Before James Hardacre, no one but Laura had ever thought of combining zinc and manganese to... So, hang on, so you invented it then? Before James, no one but Laura, so he's not the inventor of it.
No, he is. Yeah, he is.
All we had was zinc and elbows.
Yeah, manganese, anime, elbows. Huh?
Fucking hell.
Come on!
Which was nowhere near as good and could barely be considered an ion. Thank you, James.
Happy days!
Class dismissed.